Home.
Welcome to Athletes Unlimited Softball on ESPN, presented by Nike. What a ride. The weekend off to a great start. Where would you rather be than at the ballpark? It's Athletes Unlimited Softball. We've already got one game down. We've got another game coming your way. And this one, well, it should be a doozy. It's a theme. We've got a good one brewing. Two former great UCLA Bruins, Rachel Garcia, Megan Faraimo. Rachel Garcia beginning her day atop the leaderboard. What a weekend she had last week. And the younger UCLA Bruin, just graduating earlier this year, Megan Faraimo. She is a captain for the very first time. Now, this is now year number 4, Athletes Unlimited Softball. 60 of the best softball players in the world, divided 4 different ways. We keep track of everything. Innovative scoring system gives points for virtually everything you could do on the diamond. When it's all said and done, after every week is played, you have 4 captains named. They can pick their own team, and we play double headers. Whenever we play 2. Ernie Banks would approve. So glad that you're with us for Game 2 here on a Friday night with my partner, Kenzie Fowler, the 2-time All-American at Arizona. I am Eric Collins. Kenzie just saw her very first AU game, and it was a wonderful one. It was a 2-1 pitchers duel win for Team Romero. And, well, we got another special theme here for our second game. We've got 2 UCLA Bruins going toe-to-toe as captains.
It is kind of funny because I expected the pitcher's duel game to be this matchup with Rachel Garcia and Megan Faraimo, former teammates, All-Americans, you name it. These are 2 of the best in our game. And, oh, yeah, they come from the same school, so there's a lot on the line for this game between these 2.
The special thing about the older UCLA Bruin, Rachel Garcia, she is a 2-way threat. Not only is she great in the circle, but she can hit as well.
If you are new to softball or new to our game, this is our version of Shohei Ohtani, Rachel Garcia. She has been doing it for a long time, and I love the fact that we're able to watch her continue to get better, which to be honest, Eric, I didn't know if that was possible. The way that she was able to come out last weekend, of course, she's the AUX champ, but this is a new season. You have a new target on your back. She's swinging the bat as well as anyone in this league. And, oh, yeah, she's a dominant pitcher as well.
Well, Team Garcia, they're going to be the official visiting team, so they're going to bat first. So this is Rachel Garcia's lineup. She's going to start with number 1, Victoria Hayward, the first player to commit to Athletes Unlimited 4 years ago. She'll lead us off. Kelsey Harshman, Deja Mulipola. Didn't have a great week last week. She's due. Taylor Edwards, Garcia hits in the number 5 spot. Jessie Warren, I don't think I've ever seen her sit 6th. Followed up by Jasmine Jackson, Kaylee Clifton, and Sis Bates. Here we go. We're underway. First pitch, steamer. 69 miles per hour. Called strike 1 to Hayward. One of the most consistently excellent players, Athletes Unlimited, Victoria Hayward.
There's a reason Rachel Garcia was able to draft her first and wanted to draft her first. There's just so much leadership that she brings, not only her talent and her presence at the top. I mean, this is what she does.
Base hit for Hayward, which is almost going to be a double. The way she runs the bases, she's going to be thinking about stealing here from the get-go. So Vic is aboard. That's a +10 for her. Let's talk a little bit more about Megan Faraimo.
Megan Faraimo, she brings the heat, the righty, and this is the rookie with, you're going to have the target on your back a little bit because you come out of the gates pitching this dominant. There's going to be a lot of scouting very quickly. Who's this new rookie? What does she look like? We want to get some at-bats off of her. She brings the fire, not only with her velocity, but just her emotion and her presence. And she was really working the off-speed pitch last weekend, and we talked about that a little bit with Odyssey Alexander. That is a difference maker, and when you can throw 70 miles an hour and then just pull the string in the 50s.
9 innings and change for Faraimo last week. She is big, strong, and durable.
And the curveball, that's her go-to pitch, 66 miles an hour. Will also go high, so she's very similar to Rachel Garcia. We'll just split it with the rise ball and the curveball, pound the outside part of the plate to righties, but she is not afraid to go inside to lefties, just like we saw on that pitch right there.
Kelsey Harshman, I still call her KJ. She played her college ball at Wisconsin has Kelsey Jenkins. One of the most complete hitters. Difficult to get anything past her. She's got a favorable count, 3-1, with Victoria Hayward on at first base in front of her. We've already had a lot of movement on the leaderboard. Harshman trying to make a move. She began today 48 out of 60 players. Won't stay there for long. Too good of a hitter. She was 3 for 9 in the 3 games played last weekend. Not very early on, but it's an important pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Into center field. There's a lot of wind. That ball is off the wall. Hayward read it like a book. Has to stop at third, though. Oh, Hayward knew exactly where that ball was going to land. I thought she'd score easily. She has to stop at third. It's a double for Harshman.
Well, Victoria Hayward was on the move, and this ball was absolutely crushed from Kelsey Harshman. This is an off-speed pitch. Just wondering to see if Haley McClenny was going to have a chance at this because of the wind. And she was on the run. She was stealing this, but she had to sit and wait to see if this ball was going to be caught from McClenny. And very fortunate for Team Faraimo. That little hesitant stop by Hayward keeps a run off the board.
So the visiting team in the first game that we played earlier today, Team Zirkle, they had 1 hit the entire game. The visiting team here in the nightcap already with 2 hits, 2 batters into the game. And here is the dangerous Deja Mulipola. Infield is playing in. Woof. With the velocity that Faraimo throws it at, with how hot the bat is of Mulipola with her vicious swings, I would want to be one of these infielders. 1 ball and 1 strike to Mulipola. Last year's champion. Popped out of play. Mulipola wearing glasses. She did not wear glasses last year.
It's a good look.
I don't think she's doing it for fashion, right?
I haven't seen her wear glasses before, but look, you and I are both sitting up here wearing glasses. If you need them, wear them.
Secrets. I'm not trying to hit 69 miles an hour either.
Vision is huge.
2-2. Right back to Faraimo. First out of our ball game. So Faraimo, the closest person to the batter, stood her ground and retires Mulipola.
Ball is smoked. That is not a great feeling as a pitcher, but Megan Faraimo, she fields her spot so well, and she's never phased at anything that comes back at her. But I will tell you that her insides are like, okay, that ball was hit pretty hard, but stays calm. That's the key. You knock it down, don't panic, glance over to Hayward, keep her in check. You get a key out.
Here's Taylor Edwards. Nice block by Jordan Roberts. Edwards was 3 for 7 in her opening weekend. One of those 3 hits, a double. A couple of native Californians. One and one. This is the second week of what will be 5 consecutive weeks of Athletes Unlimited softball. Chased a pitch. And now Faraimo's got her set up. What's the wipeout pitch for Faraimo?
It's what you're feeling, but I would go low and out. You go that high and tight with the heat. Just go low and out.
Oh, got her. Great job by Faraimo. 2 down.
You just feel it as a pitcher. You get a hitter looking up and her eyes are up in the zone, the vision's up, and you can pound the outside part of the plate with 70 miles an hour. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the outside corner. That's her game right there. It's split two ways. And that's why it's so tough on hitters, because you have to protect both sides of the plate. You have to protect the hard and in and the low and away.
All right, this is the way it should be. One captain to another with 2 outs and 2 on. Rachel Garcia began the day #1 on the leaderboard. The most recent game that she played, 290 points, just a mammoth game on Monday. Tied for the most points in any game in Athletes Unlimited history during a championship season. Equal to mark set by Amanda Sanchez a couple of years ago. Rachel Garcia, everywhere she goes, setting history. Garcia and Amanda Sanchez, both with 290. Of course, Garcia, that was in the AUX game back in June when she had the 298. But you see Garcia's name 3 out of the 5 names. Good golly.
We're watching her get better with the reps that she's able to get here with AU through AUX and now the championship series. It's just such a blessing, and it's such a luxury to be able to call her games, to watch her continue to get better and dominate our sport. She was the face of our sport when she was a collegiate player and the player of the year multiple years, national championship at UCLA. And she wasn't even on a winning team last week. So the fact that she was able to dominate the stat points, the individual stat points with 226 without those winning points, wow.
That's going to be a +8 for Garcia. Walks are 8 points, so the bases are now loaded. And you can't really blame Faraimo to the fact that she pitched carefully to Garcia, but she's just loaded the bases for one of the best players in the world today in Jessie Warren.
Well, also a former teammate, right? So you're like, I've seen you hit the ball 1,000,000 times, and I know what you're capable of.
If that had hit Jessie Warren, that would have been a +8 and would have given her team a run. She realizes it, but the instincts tell you to get away when it's 69 miles an hour coming at you. Golfed. That's going to have a ton of spin, and it gets down. Oh, you can't hit it any softer, and it's going to be an RBI single for Jessie Warren. Off the end of the bat, 1-0 Team Garcia.
Oh man, this is so tough for Faraimo. Flippin had a pretty good read on this. I feel like there was like a half second of initial trying to figure out if it was sky high or maybe a little bit more in. Those are just so tough to read because of the spin like you're talking about. And this is a pitcher so frustrating. And for Flippin at short, you were so close to getting your team out of the inning. Just could not quite get there.
Jasmine Jackson, now the 7th batter of our first inning. Oh, 2 to Jackson, former Cal Golden Bear. She has played in every season of Athletes Unlimited championship seasons. Hits allowed by Faraimo. Singles by Hayward and Warren. The double by Harshman. She also walked Garcia. Good job by Jackson.
It's 3 straight backdoor curves on the outside part of the plate to Jackson.
Got her. That was the backdoor curve. That was 69 miles an hour, a steamer that just froze Jackson. But a run does score. RBI base hit for Jesse Warren. 1-0 lead for Team Garcia.
You want to be like the greats? First, believe you are. Greatness requires drip, not like that, like this. The greats aren't afraid to fail. They're fueled by it. Trophies require greatness, but greatness doesn't require trophies. Because greatness isn't about what you've done, it's about what you do next.
Team Garcia, they scratch across the run in their half of the first inning. Now they will play defense behind Rachel Garcia. Let's take a look at the lineup card for Megan Faraimo, a captain for the very first time. She's decided this is going to be her lineup 1 through 9. And what a brilliant idea to start Haley McClenny, maybe the best leadoff hitter in the world today. She'll get things going for Team Faraimo. Hannah Flippen can do every single thing you'd want with a bat in her hands. Tori Vidalis is a line drive waiting to happen. Erica Piancastelli, tons of power. Aubrey Leach, what a boondoggle to have her in the 5-hole. She has been red hot for over a year now. Jordan Roberts, Andrea Filler, Sam Fisher, the veteran, and Aaliyah Andrews is the second leadoff hitter, as we used to call it. There's Rachel Garcia in the circle. Stake to a 1-0 lead.
Well, she's been absolutely money the last couple of weeks and just pretty much the whole summer. AUX champion, had a great weekend herself to kick off AU, and you're looking at a little bit of her mix with curve rise. We talked about that with Megan Faraimo. It's very similar, and the off-speed has been a pitch that's developed more for her in her professional career than maybe it did in college. And when you're going to play professional and you're going to continue to play against some of the best, you've got to develop different pitches, especially that off-speed, and she'll definitely show it.
Saw the 8 strikeouts for Garcia. 8 strikeouts in 9 innings. That's a great equalizer. With these wonderful hitters, if you can get outs without them putting the ball in play, it helps. Your strikeout pitcher or an extreme ground ball pitcher. We found that those two pitchers work really well.
Unless you're pitching on a windy day, like we saw in our first game, you could be a fly-out pitcher. Some easy fly-outs. Because there were a bunch of, I would say a couple, but I think there were 4 or 5 hits that maybe would have been doubles or home runs that the ballpark just absolutely held them in our first game.
So McClenny, wide open stance. The pride of Morris, Alabama, outside of Birmingham. Worthy successor to the great Kelly Kretschmann, who put Alabama softball on the map. All-around greatness for McClenny. McClenny, Flippen, and Vidalis batting in the first inning.
I'm just going to say, this is a matchup where I just kind of have to sit back and take it in for a second. You're talking about greatness in McClenny and then greatness in Garcia. This is the best of the best. World-class hitter and then an elite pitcher that has been dominating this summer. Just kind of take this at bat and watch these two compete.
Yeah, this is a college game. You'd maybe get this matchup once a year if you're lucky, if the two teams happen to meet each other. In Athletes Unlimited, you're guaranteed to this matchup every single weekend, unless they're on the same team.
Yeah. That's a great point.
Two-time Player of the Year. A program full of greats out of UCLA on a short list of the greatest of them all. Garcia just came in and having a chat with McClenny.
As a pitcher, there's a lot of pride in making sure that hitters know we have the ability to hit our spots. And so she just wants to make sure, like, hey, like something happened with my finger. I think she was pointing to her hand. Like, I'm not really that wild. I'm not going to hit you.
All right, we reach the end of the string. 3 balls and 2 strikes. McClenny wins that mini battle. Leadoff walk. All right, third member of our crew, Savannah Collins, is here. She wants to talk a little bit about Rachel Garcia. Savannah, your time, your dance floor.
Okay, get ready for this. To talk about what makes Rachel Garcia so good, we have to talk about who was good in week 1. So we're going to talk about who went 2-1, Team McClenny and Team Denham. So they dominated the win point category. In fact, spots 1 all the way to number 30 on the leaderboard are from last week's Blue Squad and last week's Orange Squad. Then you have Sierra Romero. She's the captain. She was the real MVP last week with 100 MVP points. So this is where it gets crazy. Remember how I said 1 through 30 was all from the blue and orange teams? There's one exception. It's Rachel Garcia. Here's why. She dominated stat points. Now we know Rachel is going to get it done with her arm. She had 88 points from her pitching outings. She's known for that. She can get it done in the circle. But here is what makes her a star. It's her hitting, and her bat is on fire. Think about it. One of the best pitchers in the league is also the batter with the highest slugging percentage right now. She had 2 home runs, 2 doubles, and that was the difference maker. These 88 points, it's about average for most pitchers who are doing well in this league right now, but 138 stat points from her at-bats are the difference makers. It's why she's number 1, and it's why Rachel Garcia is in a category all of her own here at Athletes Unlimited.
Savannah, you were in a category all by yourself with that. That was props. That was magnificently explained. Fantastic stuff.
I was going to say, that's some of your best work, if not your best work. And anytime you can help me out with math with emojis, I'm here for it. So I was following when she got the hearts up and then the arm flex, the fire emoji. That's when it really clicked. So thank you for breaking that down so well.
Absolutely. And I think what fans need to understand is, yes, when you look at a box score, Rachel Garcia is a star. But when you put her in this Athletes Unlimited scoring system, that is when she is at the next level. She is the athlete to beat, not only this week, but every week when she can do these 2 things at the same time.
Savannah Collins, after a report like that, I wish we were related. That is brilliant. Great stuff. All right, first out here in our bottom of the first inning, Hannah Flippin strikes out. So this is TV Tori Vidalis. And right now, humping it up there is Rachel Garcia, 68 miles per hour, 2 balls and a strike to TV Tori.
Well, the report had all the fun things, but I really hope the message sticks with people about what Savannah's talking about and the point differential, because you should be going up the leaderboard if you're on winning teams. And yes, we do see that. That's what we're going to see in the first game with that 110-point swing for Team Romero. There's definitely going to be some movement on that leaderboard. But then very quietly, Rachel Garcia is just kind of providing those points all by herself, which, man, if she gets on a winning team, it's almost a wrap.
.71 miles per hour there by Garcia. Counts full 3-2 to Vidalis. I'm not sure anyone hits it harder than Tori. Not your classic home run hitter. I think she's a doubles hitter. The balls just happen to go over the fence. Sprays line drives. Oh, funky swing. Just golfed it back to the screen. It is not a classic early August night here in the Chicagoland area. It's actually kind of cold.
Oh, it feels so good. It's like some relief.
Spoken like the woman coming up from Tucson,
right.
Arizona.
I know. I'm coming from Arizona. It's been a hot week down in Tucson, so this is nice. I'm going to take this.
Yeah, jackets out.
You got it.
Another 3-2 pitch. It's always hard to sneak anything past Tori Vidalis. Trying to get velocity past her is like trying to get cheese past a rat. Just doesn't happen very often.
Have you ever said that before?
Just popped into my brain.
Okay. It's a good one.
We'll do it again. That's a fair ball. Backhanded beautifully by Jessie Warren. Nobody does it better. Just a joy to watch flash that leather.
You can say that again. No one does it better. This is a misplay. This is what her misplay looks like from Jessie Warren. She's off balance. I'm not sure if that ball hit the base or not, but it just kind of took an awkward hop on her. And she makes this look like it's a routine ball right at you. Cannon of an arm over at third base. I will watch her play third base all day.
Me too. One of the best defensive third basemen of all time. Not an exaggeration.
No.
She's done it at the highest level. Remember the plays that she made when she was the biggest part of the national championship team at Florida State a handful of years ago. She makes plays defensively that people remember a decade later.
She was in the conversation of best third baseman of all time just for her play in college for me. And so now you extend that career and you get to play pro and you're pushed to the limits and you continue to get better and get those reps, and you bet it solidifies it.
Here's Erica Biancastelli down on the count 0-2. Enormous power for Biancastelli. Biancastelli playing out in right field today. For years we've seen her behind the plate, but just so versatile. A lot of different options for captains to deploy her. You're always going to put her right in the middle of your lineup. Rachel Garcia strikes out Biancastelli, and Team Garcia an early 10 points. They've won the first inning. Well, what we're going to talk about 10 years from now was Savannah Collins' report.
I've seen some passionate college football fans.
Sling Blue 40! Sling Blue 40!
When you buy 10 tickets on Vivid Seats, you get the 11th ticket free. When you buy 10 tickets on Vivid Seats, you get the 11th ticket free.
I've seen some passionate college football fans.
Sling Blue 40! Sling Blue 40!
But with Sling TV, some are taking their love to the next level. Right on the numbers.
I can still suit up, right, Des?
No. Let's not. With Sling, you can stream college football on ESPN for the best price. The college football you love, the live TV you love. Hey, can you pass the dip?
The non-breaded Popeyes Blackened Chicken Sandwich is back, marinated in bold Louisiana spices. Without the breading, this juicy filet is served classic or spicy on a toasted brioche bun. Try it for just $4.99. No breading, all flavor.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Bravo! You use the Quicksilver card from Capital One with no annual fee and unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase every way. That makes you the hero of every purchase. What's in your wallet?
Here's where legends are born, and every match is a spectacle. For the love of football, for the love of La Liga.
Well, we've already played one game here on this field today, and it was a doozy. One of the best games ever played in Athletes Unlimited. Team Romero was down the entire game, but because of pitching by Taylor McQuillan, 5 shutout innings, she struck out 6. They stayed alive until the bottom of the 7th inning when they won, courtesy of Bubba Nichols and her 2-run double. Bubba Nichols with the walk-off. She gets the first MVP, that's a plus 60. But Taylor McQuillan, who was absolute nails, she gets the second MVP. That's a plus 40 for her. Big statistical day. And Kelsey Stewart-Hunter, she is the MVP 3 with 2 singles and the game-winning run scored. Our star in the stands is the left-hander from Tucson, Taylor McQuillan. Taylor, thanks for joining us. What a ball game. That was so much fun to watch.
Oh my gosh, it was so exciting. Thank y'all for having me. First off, that's what I should have started with. But our game was so exciting, man. Our team is so cool. I'm so happy to be a part of Team Romero this year, or this week at least. So I'm excited.
Talk to us about that game. I mean, it was a pitcher's duel and going back and forth. There was only one run in the first inning. What were you guys talking about in the dugout to kind of keep you guys in it?
The pitchers out here are great. They're going to put some zeros on the board, and that's their job. That's our job. So for our hitters, it's just trying to put pieces together, see what we can do. And I don't think there was ever a time in our dugout where we felt like we had pressure or we had to execute. We knew it was just going to happen and it was going to start flowing. And that's the special thing about our team. I think that we were just kind of level-headed the whole time. We weren't under, we weren't too high. And so going into that last inning, we felt really calm, cool, and collected. And I think that's what really helped us execute in that bottom of the seventh inning.
It wasn't until I looked at the box score at the end of the game I realized that you and Odyssey combined for a one-hitter. You had 5 no-hit innings. Odyssey had just 1 hit allowed in her 2 innings. That was just incredible against some of the best hitters in the world.
Oh my gosh, these hitters are so good. I mean, we talk about it all the time as pitchers. These are the best hitters that you're going to see. But man, Odyssey's just going out there and doing her thing, And for me this week, my job was to today come in and relieve Odyssey and keep us in a game. And she did well, and she did well last week too. So she's rolling through. Huge kudos to her. But I wouldn't have been successful as I was today without Seychelle Palacios behind the plate. That girl put in some major work today with me, and it's been a while since we've called the game together. So it was super exciting, and I'm just so grateful that she was back there with me today.
Into center field off the bat of Clifton, sinking. That's where fly balls go to die. Haley McClenny's glove. All right, Taylor, I noticed everything. And something I noticed right now, you're holding the microphone with your moneymaker. It's in your left hand. I would have thought that after 5 no-hit innings, after bringing it up there 70, 71, that maybe you'd be a little bit tired, but you're no worse for the wear. Do you ice your arm after a performance, or what do you do to kind of make sure that you're ready for the next game?
Yeah, I think during the game, a huge thing is as pitchers we get really big traps, really tight tension in our shoulders. So that's been something I've been working through a little bit. And so for me, just having the great staff, athletic training staff that we have, making sure I'm putting on heat in between every inning, staying loose, letting the muscles kind of de-inflame themselves a little bit. And so after the game, just getting some ice on it, relaxing a bit, and hanging out with some pretty cool people in the stands right now.
Taylor, I have a question that I've been curious about. I don't know if you want to give away secrets, but just because you guys switch rosters every single week and the pitchers have to be familiar with so many different catchers and vice versa, how do you guys do signals? Do you guys keep the same signals throughout every single week?
Yeah, so we have universal signs, and they get announced like within the first 4 or 5 days that we're here. All 60 athletes are aware of them. We don't change them because there's too much going on with catchers and pitchers switching week to week. So we have a trust the runners on base type of deal, and it helps us a lot to be successful. So it makes the catchers' lives easier, our lives easier, and I think that's what's important.
And Taylor, my last question. Why did you choose to sit there amongst those young fans?
I think for the young fans, we've just been out here hanging out, talking, and I asked them the first question. I said, okay, so who are we rooting for? And we got some Team Purples, we got some Team Golds. I asked why we have a lot of Sis Bates fans in the stands for Team Gold today. And then I asked for Purple. They're a huge fan of Meg out there in the circle, and they were super excited to see the UCLA versus UCLA matchup tonight. So we'll see what happens, but hopefully it stays this exciting.
Taylor, thank you for your time. No one likes watching your energy and your joy more than me. Thank you for a wonderful outing today.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
5 no-hit innings in a win for Taylor McQuillan. MVP 2 in our first game.
Good to see you guys soon.
All right, we've made it to the top of the order. There are 2 outs. Clifton and Sis Bates retired by Faraimo. Victoria Hayward singled and scored an inning ago. Down the left field line, making the play, Aaliyah Andrews got a great jump. What's new? And the side is retired. 1-2-3.
This is what she does. She covers ground. This is not an easy play. She runs it down so easily. I know her sister's in attendance, and she's got to like that one as well.
I didn't have the representation when I was young. I looked up to baseball players like Jeter. I want to be just like Jeter. I think it's so wonderful that there's women in sport now and they can aspire to be just like us.
What a play, Sis Bates!
You give little girls a hope and a dream that, hey, maybe that can be me.
Oh my goodness!
Called strike 3. Athletes Unlimited Softball on ESPN is sponsored by Nike and by Aspiration, a global leader in financing climate impact. Week 1 photos, week 1 in the books. We had quick games, low-scoring games. All it took was 4 runs. If you scored 4 runs, you were guaranteed of winning the game last week. All 6 games, the winner had 4 or more runs. 1-0 is our score. We've made it to the bottom of the second inning. Team Garcia, very first batter of the game. Victoria Hayward got on and eventually scored. And that's why we have a 1-0 score. Aubrey Leach will be followed by Jordan Roberts and Andrea Filler batting against Rachel Garcia. Leach is hitting in the 5-hole. Does a player like Leach, who has been just unbelievable starting last year with her performance during the championship season, continuing at 3 AUX. Normally we see her hitting 1, hitting 2. When she's hitting the 5-hole, does she think differently? Does she act differently?
I don't think so, but I like her in the 5-hole. I like Faraimo putting her there. There's so many leadoff caliber hitters in this league. Of course, Aubrey Leach is one of them. And that 5-hole, so many times, you think about a game, you only lead off, the first batter of the game usually only leads off 1 time. So you're looking at the 5-hole and then the 9-hole, where you maybe want to put some leadoff type hitters and caliber hitters. And I feel like Leach is one of those types of hitters that can set the table, give you a lot of different looks. You'll see her drop a drag, slap right there, and then she'll also swing away. She's constantly reading the defense. And you love that to lead off an inning. Someone that's like Victoria Hayward, Morgan Zirkle, Haley McClenny, a ton of speed as well.
Checked her swing in time. So we go full, 3-2.
Just see her eyes right there. Even 2 strikes, she's still constantly looking at the defense.
Houston native who played in the SEC. Tennessee Lady Vol. Three balls and 2 strikes. Rachel Garcia, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts in the first inning. Softly hit. Sis Bates. No one gets rid of it quicker than Sis.
It's always a battle with the left-handed short gamers, the left side of the infield, Jessie Warren, Sis Bates. Oof, I don't know. There's a better combo over there. They also have that star power to me. I mean, those are 2 players that if you ask any youngster, especially a couple years ago watching in our collegiate game, they knew who Jessie Warren was and they knew who Sis Bates was. So it's just fun to see them together on the same side, still getting after it, still getting better.
Not only are they both elite, but they both play with a joy and a flair. I remember Sis Bates when she was at Washington. Left side of the infield was Taylor Van Zee at third and Sis Bates at short. And the joy and the energy and the karma they played with, you never thought they'd lose. They loved the game so much, you thought the game would always love them back.
They were such a fun duo. Got to call a lot of their games as well. Taylor Van Zee, that's a good name. I feel like she's a very underrated player. So that tells me you've been around and you know our game very well. Even all the way to the West Coast.
From Hemet, California. How about that? H-E-M-E-T. All right. 70 miles an hour, and Roberts fouls it off her thumbs. Jordan Roberts batting against Rachel Garcia. Now, there's a ton of wind here in this ballpark. But with the way that Garcia throws it and the way that Roberts swings it, I don't care how much wind we got coming in. It could be gale force winds. Robertson's going to turn it around. Oh my! Garcia has now struck out 3 of the first 6 batters she's faced.
This is just as good a curveball as you're going to see. It's so pretty. This is 70 miles an hour. You see that spin. You can, even in slow motion, even live, you can see the break that she puts on that curve.
Here's Andrea Filler. Filler is the DP in the lineup today. Midwesterner to the core. Fort Wayne, that's northeast Indiana. Then played collegiately in Evanston, Illinois. Probably about 12, 15 miles away, playing for Northwestern Wildcats. The school that produced Tammy Williams.
Is she your favorite player?
If you listen to any broadcast I do, you probably would think that she is.
You said Megan Wiggins was your favorite player earlier, so I'm going to hold you
today.
to it. Okay.
I can't flip. I got a whole bunch of favorites.
Okay.
Yeah, Jessie Warren, Tori Vidalis. I can keep going on. There's a certain theme. People who play with joy and energy and love the game.
I got you.
Filler takes a called strike. I almost said Fernandez painting. I was thinking Lisa Fernandez when I was looking at Rachel Garcia. Wow. Softly hit. Who wants it? Sis baits the squeeze and the side is retired. Classic humpback liner. 1-2-3 inning tossed by Garcia.
I've seen some passionate college football fans.
Sling Blue 40, Sling Blue 40!
But with Sling TV, some are taking their love to the next level. Right on the numbers.
I can still suit up, right, Des?
No.
Yeah!
Let's not. With Sling, you can stream college football on ESPN for the best price. The college football you love, the live TV you love. Hey, can you pass the dip?
The Wells Fargo Active Cash Card. Earn 2% cash back on what you want. Like a chic velvet party dress. The perfect petal pink lipstick. Vintage earrings with a mysterious history. And 2% cash back on what you need. Like a first-rate lint brush. The Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card. That's real life ready.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great.
5G boss mode activate. Smile, you're on Cricket.
The Basque team's timeless tradition.
Beautiful finish.
A new era in La Casa Blanca.
Just like that.
Athletic Club Real Madrid. Saturday on ABC, ESPN Plus, and ESPN Deportes. For the love of La Liga.
Megan Faraimo gave up a run in the first inning. That is our only scratch. 1-0 Team Garcia. As we play the top of the third, let's go into the game with Air National Guard and hear from first-time captain Megan Faraimo.
Can you scream at me on a bunt?
Can I scream at you?
Oh no, like she could tell like I go
I'll scream
type.
at you on a pitch on a foul ball, you know, like let's go.
Yeah, I love that.
Nothing
Like for assists, sometimes if it go in, I've seen her spin on one. Otherwise, I don't think she's super strong there, right?
Right.
Cool.
Yeah, if you make her uncomfortable there, she's also kind of like, the more you creep out, she'll go for
Keep going.
Same thing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yes! Good job, and girl!
Great stuff. Wonderful access. Megan Faraimo, just a rookie, but seems to be asking all the right questions and seems to be talking to the right people.
And she's just so calm for a rookie, right? So she's just calmly talking to the veterans, talking to Leach, Hannah Flippin, Sam Fisher. And, you know, we talked about the pitching staff that she drafted. She drafted all rookies, which is kind of interesting. But you surround yourself with position players that are veterans of all the veterans. And so just a little insight of what they're all chatting about and who's covering where on the bunt and how she's going to be attacking hitters, because Aubrey Leach wants to know if you're going to be jamming a hitter, do I need to play a little bit more to my left or my right? So there's a lot that goes into that. But
so these are the newbies that Megan Faraimo drafted. Sander Koch, Yanez, Sutherland. She obviously trusts herself and she trusts the other rookies. I like it.
It's just so interesting to me. It's like, hey, freshmen, I'm going to take care of you. Because that's what they are. They're freshmen.
Here's Kelsey Harshman, an Olympian. Took home bronze a couple of years ago with the Canadian national team. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Strikes out on 3 pitches. Faraimo now with 4 strikeouts, 10 batters into her game. Well, everybody loves to rep Athletes Unlimited, and you can too. Be sure to check out the new AU softball merch for this season, including personalized player tees. Go to shop.auprosports.com to get yours today. How similar is this to the first game that we had? In that first game, it was a run in the first inning by Team Zirkle, and then zeros all the way into the 7th. Here in the nightcap, a run for Team Garcia in the first inning, and now zeros as we play the 3rd.
I think a lot of that has to do with the wind, I'm going to be honest.
Keep it coming.
Yeah.
I like tight ball games.
Oh, me too. Pitchers duel all day.
Deja Mulipola hit it hard, but right at Faraimo back in the first inning. Last year's champion. Popped up. Wind's going to make this difficult. And out of play. Almost the perfect catcher. Deja Mulipola. Strong, agile, great arm, power at the plate. Smart, calls a good game. It's the reason why she was an Olympian 2 years ago.
So what's missing? You said almost.
Well, there's no such thing as the perfect player, right? She's not hitting 1,000.
It's fair.
Two balls and 2 strikes.
It's so true. She's a 5-tool player. She has the ability, I don't know if anybody knows this, but she can steal bases incredibly fast. You don't see that hardly ever with catchers. Maybe Kayla Kwalik from Kentucky, but power hitters from the right side.
You can see the respect for Faraimo.
Oh, yeah.
Pitching very carefully to Mulipola. So Mulipola with that walk, that's a +8 for her. 1 out base runner. Second walk allowed by Faraimo. Here's Taylor Edwards. Edwards began week 2, 34th on the leaderboard. She's since dropped to 42. Still early in this ball game. Taylor Edwards had the distinction of playing in 2 different conferences during her 4-year window, and she did it without transferring. She started her college experience in the Big 12 with the Nebraska Cornhuskers, and then Nebraska went to the Big 10, and she finished off her college experience in the Big 10.
Are you leading us into a certain conversation?
Wow. Crazy day in college athletics.
Wild. I mean, we were starting to prep and went to go get lunch when things were breaking, but I mean, I had to get my notes and get here, and it was my first time here, so I don't have time to just sit and scroll on Twitter or whatever social media, check the ESPN app, you name it. So I'm getting some live updates via the husband and
Oregon and
Oregon.
Washington to the Big 10.
To the Big 10.
That is crazy.
Sounds like there might be more coming. I don't know, but we're here focusing on softball while the world is just rotating and moving, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Your alma mater, Arizona, that's a foul ball, along with Arizona State and Utah, set to join the Big 12.
Official. Is that what it says?
That's what I was just handed.
Wow. So that fun fact that you just had about Taylor Edwards will not be so fun for this next generation of players across the landscape of college sports.
Well, I'm going to give you the first opportunity. You know, you're from Tucson, bled Arizona Wildcat colors your entire life, probably thinking you were going to play against UCLA and Stanford and Cal, and now all of a sudden Arizona, they're going to be heading to Big 12 country. Manhattan, Kansas is in the future of the Wildcats.
We were the Pac-10 when I started, and my junior year is when Utah and Colorado were added, and so they changed to the Pac-12, and adding Utah was awesome. I got to go play at Utah, and you know, it's a different state that you haven't really been to, and so that was really fun. I thought adding teams was fun. And
Taylor Edwards strikes out, and Muli Pola was off with the pitch, and so they're going to give her the steal. That's a productive situation there for Muli Pola. Stolen bases in +10, and there's now a runner in scoring position with 2 outs.
Told you, she steals bases. She can do it. It's an off-speed pitch, so it's a good pitch to go on. 2 strikes as well. Getting just a little lead. This is not a straight steal, but it's a read. So you see what's happening. She recognizes the off-speed pitch, and she has the ability to turn on the burners and go get it.
Opportunity to drive in a run with 2 outs for Rachel Garcia. Faraimo has now started the last 6 batters with a called strike 1. It's a real recipe for success.
The last 5 years, I had the ability to watch these 2 players in the Pac-12 conference and broadcast their games, starting as a freshman all the way through their senior years. So, you know, you asked me about what my thoughts are, and I don't really know if I have thoughts right now, as everything's just so new and so fresh, and I want to make sure you say the right thing and you say it the way you want to, but it's unbelievably sad, I will say that, because there's so much pride on the West Coast. UCLA, Arizona, of course, UCLA goes to the Big 10. Now it looks like Arizona's going to follow in their footsteps, Washington and Oregon. I don't know. I don't really know what to think about it, because I think of my memories playing at Arizona, playing in the Pac-12, traveling to Oregon. There's so many memories there. Why you choose to go to the Pac-12.
Fly ball to center field. McClenny makes the play. Okay. Another scoreless inning tossed by Faraimo. Team Garcia leads, though, 1-0.
Everybody wanna go and talk at the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, then we do it all again.
Aubrey Leach here. We're at Wrigley Field, and I'm going to be throwing out the first pitch of the Cubs game. Really a dream come true to be out here. Never been to Wrigley Field before, but I've always wanted to, and especially when they're honoring the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League on the same night is just a dream come true.
Well, they picked the perfect two players to do the take me out to the ball game in 7th inning stretch at Wrigley Field. Sam Fisher and Nadia Taylor. They hit 6 home runs with their performance.
Look, the whole thing was perfect, to be honest. You have Sam Fisher and Nadia Taylor singing, and then you have Aubrey Leach throwing out the first pitch as they're celebrating the National Women's Professional League with Maybelle Blair, who's a total legend in our game. Are you kidding? Also very fitting that Aubrey threw it out. Her grandma was a member of that league, was a Rockford Peach, an original Rockford Peach, which is so cool. If anybody's watched the movie A League of Their Own, that's her. She was playing.
Let's check in with Savannah.
I'm not saying this because I enjoy Athletes Unlimited, that I cover it, I'm a fan. The official reports from the Chicago Cubs is that was the best 7th inning stretch that they've had all season. Everybody in the press box said that was one of the best ones that they've heard, that it was so fun. The crowd was electric, and Sam is making it happen here.
It's the karma. She hit the home run singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game and leads over to her first game afterward. A homer for Sam Fisher. And it's an inning win times 2. The rollover inning means it's a plus 20 for everyone on Team Faraimo with one swing of the bat by Sam Fisher.
245 feet off of the bat. This is as well as you're going to hit a ball off of Rachel Garcia. This ball is down and in. It's not a bad pitch. Sam Fisher just goes to get it into the wind as well. We've been talking about this wind all day. She beats it no matter what. There's a little bit of that energy that Savannah was talking about with that take me out to the ball game right there.
That's the only home run we've seen today. We've now played a combined 10 innings. And the only person to beat the win, Sam Fisher, and it's worth 20 points for everyone in that dugout. Good softball karma working for Sam Fisher. She's always got karma on her side. She played many years National Pro Fast Pitch, Dusty Fields in Akron, Ohio. Traveling the country, trying to keep interest in women's professional softball, and now we've reached this point in large part because of players like her and Haley Wagner and Lisa Norris and all these wonderful players who just love the game and refuse to stop playing. And Savannah is standing by with Sam Fisher. Savannah's everywhere. Sam, take it away.
Okay, Sam, we were just watching you sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game at the Cubs game right before you hit that home run. Is your adrenaline and was your heart pumping more after that blast or after singing?
After singing, for sure. I had no idea what I was doing in the booth singing that song, but in the box sometimes I kind of know I have an idea.
Well, you had an idea today. First pitch. I mean, there's not much to walk through in that at bat, but what'd you see that you jumped on?
I knew that she was going to probably try to attack me inside because she's had success against me with that pitch, and I just wanted to be on time. I wanted to get my barrel out. I've been working on it all week, and I got what I wanted and was on time for it.
You're our first home run we've seen today. This wind has had a big impact on these games. You had to give it a little extra oomph to get it out of there today?
Yeah, I really screamed when I swung my bat. I'm not going to lie, but yeah, it worked.
Thank you, Sam. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
So we're tied at 1, bottom of the 3rd inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Andrews. Don't want to walk her. Chopper foul. Now we're doing it all weekend long. 2 games tomorrow, 2 games on Sunday. Andrews stays alive.
I feel like I would like to put in requests to mic up Sam Fisher at all times. I just feel like she always has something to say. She's always got the good scoop, keeps it light.
I like the fact that she finished at Loyola Marymount, 10 years ago, and she still has LMU on her glove. Yep, you can see it right there. Still got the LMU. Reppin', the greatest to ever play softball at Loyola Marymount.
Oh, you bet. I wonder if that's an old glove or you would hope that it's a newer glove because she's been in the league for so long. So I think that's important that LMU continues to take care of her and, you know, showcase that pride. It's all about, you know, the brand, and she is LMU. That's her, and she's the brand walking embodiment of what a mid-major stands for and how you can play at the highest level, play on Team USA, and come from anywhere in the country, no matter what conference you're in.
You got to be able to play, but it also helps too when people want to have you on your team because you elevate everyone else with your attitude and the way that you play the game. Sis Bates throws out McClenny by a half step. We should call Sis Bates half step. When she throws everyone out, she knows the speed of the runner and she knows her arm strength, and every play at first, she gets them by a half step.
You're exactly right. It's so funny that way. I feel like she looks up and says, this is how much room I have. She makes the play, though. That's the key.
It's like a clinic watching her. Hannah Flippin's going to try the wrong person. Bad idea, Hannah. Hit it someone else next time. Jessie Warren doesn't make any mistakes. All right, so that'll do it for our third inning, but a run scores courtesy of Sam Fisher.
We have a tie ball game with one swing. We've been talking about the wind all day, but Sam Fisher says, I will not be denied. She still gets it out. There's a little fun there, too.
I've seen some passionate college football fans.
Sling Blue 40, Sling Blue 40!
But with Sling TV, some are taking their love to the next level. Right on the numbers.
I can still suit up, right, Des?
No.
Yeah!
Let's not. With Sling, you can stream college football on ESPN for the best price. The college football you love, the live TV you love. Hey, can you pass the dip?
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket.
The reliability that I've had with Cricket, for me personally, is unmatched. And that's why I stick with them.
Come for the price, stay for the service. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Get away with a great deal at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now's the time to get in and get away. Get up to $1,000 bonus cash on the 2023 Tucson or Santa Fe, plus 3.29% APR. Now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
What topping should we get?
To the decision wheel. Come on, Billy. Italian sausage. And green pepper.
These neighbors are weird.
Get a large two-topping thin crust pizza for $8.99. Order online for pickup or delivery.
Pizza.
Yes.
Bubba Nichols with the performance of the day so far. This is the bottom of the seventh inning, a walk-off double. That one swing of the bat netted her 190 points. Most points ever scored in a game in AU championship season, 290. She got 190, one swing of the bat. Just incredible. It had been a 1-0 deficit for Team Romero. They ended up winning it 2-1 because of the walk-off double. And here is your leaderboard as it has been updated. Bubba Nichols is now in the 9-hole. She began the day 40th. She jumped up 31 spots with one game.
When you go 3 for 3 and you're on base 4 times in a game like that, you deserve it. Absolutely.
And the captain, Sierra Romero, is now in first, even though she went 0 for 2 and hit into a double play.
Yeah, but she drafted Bubba Nichols, so you get points for being smart.
Kenzie Fowler, you have figured out Athletes Unlimited softball. You are rocking and rolling. Here's Jessie Warren. Warren, Jackson, Clifton. Faraimo dealing. 1 ball and a strike. Jessie drove in the game's first run in the first inning on a ball that you probably couldn't have hit any softer. It was just a little looper that bounced right in front of Hannah Flippin and allowed a run to score. And another little humpback liner, this time speared by Faraimo. So Warren hit it softly, got a hit it first time up, tried to hit it even softer her second time up.
I don't know if I've ever seen this play from a pitcher. Ever. You rarely see pitchers leave their feet at all. The reaction on this is outstanding. That is incredibly hard to do. There is little time to react. She was all over it. Did not miss a beat. Had it read the whole way. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Like a panther.
And she's 6'2".
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, Megan.
Yeah, I usually put a star next to a good defensive play, and rarely do I put a 1 and then a star. Sometimes 1-3 with a star, ground ball to the pitcher, and she made it on play. But a pitcher making a catch like that doesn't get a star a lot in my book. Jasmine Jackson's going to try Faraimo. And the throw is too high. Jackson on her way to second. Runner in scoring position with 1 out.
That's softball for you. Everything evens out, right? You get the extraordinary play, and then the routine one just gets away from you. Jackson running very well down the line. The throw from Faraimo just a little bit too high and out of the reach for Vidalis at first base.
Well, the good news for Faraimo is the official score gives her an error. So the error means that if that runner scores, it's not going to be an earned run against Faraimo. Every earned run allowed is a -10 for pitchers. Here's Kaylee Clifton. 4th year with Athletes Unlimited for Clifton. Off the pitcher's glove. Does Leach have enough arm? She does! Great play by Aubrey Leach to hang with it. 2 down. That is a big time out. Join the Unlimited Club as a UC Gold member, and you'll receive a softball gold box. The box includes an exclusive jersey, Cat Osterman bobblehead, and more. Limited quantities are available, so go for the gold today at auprosports.com/membership. All right, we're going to have a pinch hitter come off the bench for Team Garcia. Veteran from Columbus, Mississippi, DJ Sanders. So Sanders is going to hit for Sis Bates with 2 outs and a runner on at third. Sanders is the best slow pitch softball player on the field right now. She was in high school in Mississippi. She played both fast pitch and slow pitch. One was in the fall, one was in the spring. I remember talking to her in years past. It's a totally different swing.
That fun fact reminds me that we have slow pitch. That's an option out there. I forget about that, yeah. To be honest.
I think Mississippi has done away with it. But when she was in high school, Marisa Myers, also a very good player over the years. She's from Mississippi. She played slow pitch as well as a high schooler in the Magnolia State.
I think Oklahoma still has it, if I'm correct. Maybe they've gotten rid of it in the last year or so, but if anyone wants to let me know. Last I remember, Oklahoma did play slow pitch.
My mother used to play 6-on-6 basketball. It's actually 3-on-3, but you weren't allowed to cross half court.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Way too far to run. No way, you stop at half court.
That's what I would do, because that's where basketball got me, was the running.
Great job by Faraimo. She strikes out the pinch hitter, DJ Sanders, and she leaves Jasmine Jackson on at third. Another 0 put on the board for Faraimo.
Third, the throw home. Got her! Enough for Hentz to be there.
That's right. We are fans too.
Like Mike, if I could be like Mike.
You
want to be like the greats? First, believe you are. Greatness requires drip, not like that, like this. The greats aren't afraid to fail. They're fueled by it. Trophies require greatness, but greatness doesn't require trophies. Because greatness isn't about what you've done, it's about what you do next.
Halfway through this one here in Rosemont, Illinois, just west of the great city of Chicago. It is a 1-1 tie. Team Garcia, Team Faraimo. Bottom of the fourth inning. We've got an inning win on the line should Team Faraimo score in this half inning. For every run scored during this year's Athletes Unlimited softball season, Aspiration is committed to planting 10 trees. Heading into this week, 380 trees have been committed this season thanks to Aspiration's support. Rachel Garcia throwing to TV Tori Vidalis. First pitch, ball one. We've got a change. New catcher in the game. It is Deja Mulipola. She replaces Taylor Edwards. Kenzie Fowler, as a pitcher, would it make a difference to you if your catcher that you're looking at got switched in the middle of the game?
Yes, absolutely. And what they're calling. And just kind of the pace that you're setting. Of course, it's the pitcher's duel here, and Garcia is really rolling outside of the one swing from Sam Fisher. She's had a lot of weak contact like that. Of course, the strikeouts as well. But I looked at that roster when she drafted and the rosters came out, and I said Taylor Edwards and Deja on the same team. It's just so interesting because they're two different catchers and they're so good. Two hitters that can hit it.
Yeah, a lot of different options. All right, we're going to have a chair chat. Aaliyah Andrews is with us. Aaliyah, what's going on?
Nothing.
Little humpback liner. Jesse Warren makes the play. I want to ask you, you've obviously been in this league for a while and you've done a lot of different things, played in different spots, but you're a Floridian, true to your core. What's it like? It's a little cold out here, isn't it, for you?
It's not too bad right now, but at AUX, there was one weekend where I was dying. I think they put me on TV, like literally shivering in the outfield. But yes, I'm a Floridian to my core. I am cold if it's below 70, so yeah.
Well, Aaliyah, we do have 2 outs here, so hopefully we can chat with you a little bit longer. But I'm just curious, after week 1 to week 2, what's the schedule like for you guys? What's the off days, Monday through Wednesday, or Thursday, really?
Well, this week we get to go to North Carolina for the Little League World Series, so that's so exciting. I think we're also excited for that, for the little trip. We've never, obviously our home base is here and we don't leave here, so to go play somewhere else and in front of so many Little Leaguers and other fans is going to be super exciting. So that's what this week looks like. But then after that, yeah, it's just, you kind of get in the groove and it starts rolling and you get like one off day. We have one off day a week and yeah, just practicing and playing, and you get in a groove after like week 2, I think.
I heard your sister AJ's in town. Is that true?
She's here.
What's she up to these days? Wonderful player in her own right.
Yeah, she's literally doing everything. She is all over the country, every day, a different place. But she's hosting, working for MLB Network, and doing some broadcasting. So she is killing it. She's amazing. My role model, of course.
So great. Who's the better defensive outfielder between you two?
Hardest question of the year.
Yeah, it is. And I will never answer that.
Why not? Oh my gosh, I have a sister. I would be like me.
No, we're like the opposite. We're like, listen, if everybody asks us like who's faster, and we both are like, who knows? Like, we don't know. Even though I can say from our LSU strength and conditioning coach that she said it was me. But that's all I go off of.
Hey, that's facts. That's facts for sure. Well, that's nice. Keeping it civil. You want to help each other out, promote each other. I think she knows she's on TV right now.
Does she?
Who likes to be on TV more, you or her?
Her. She's built for the camera for sure.
Oh, that's so great. Yeah. How are you guys different?
We're different in so many ways, but the same in so many ways.
Yeah.
And people tell us that all the time. It's like we're so different as people, but all our mannerisms are the same. Like the way that we do things are exactly the same. Like whenever I got to LSU, I was freaking some of the people out. They're like, you just did that like how AJ would do it. And I'm like, sorry. But yeah, we're very different people, but we do a lot of things the same.
When you went to LSU, was it anything, like were you nervous to follow in her footsteps at all? Was that something that you thought about? And then of course playing professionally as well?
Yeah, it was on my mind a lot before I committed to LSU. I honestly told myself, like, I don't want to go there only because she went there.
Right.
I loved LSU. I loved the culture. I loved the people, and that's why I ended up going there. But in my brain, I was like, gosh, I just don't want to go somewhere where she went and be compared to her all the time. But then I got over it, and I was like, I can make my own legacy, and I can also follow in her footsteps but be my own person. So once I figured that out, it was easy to commit to LSU. So I'm very happy that I did.
Lee, I've been watching you for years here playing Athletes Unlimited. I don't know the answer to this question. Who's your best friend here with at AU?
Sister, Sis Bates.
Oh, yeah.
She's my bestie. We're roommates. Yeah.
You picked a good choice.
I did.
I'd imagine you guys are smiling all the time as roommates.
We are. And she keeps me smiling all the time. You know, I don't know how, I don't know. When she's not smiling, I get scared. So, yeah, she always keeps me smiling. We have the best time. We're like opposites, but in a lot of compatible ways. So I love her, and I love having her as my best friend.
Thanks for the chair chat, Aaliyah. Good talking to you. Yeah. Andrea Filler battling here with runners on at first and at second. Rachel Garcia is getting herself into a bit of hot water. She walks Leach, and then she hit Jordan Roberts. So without the benefit of base hit, 2 aboard. .71 miles per hour on that pitch by Garcia. 69 pitches into our game. I've watched a lot of Rachel Garcia over the years, and I've never been able to discern her getting tired. Like, that just doesn't happen.
She's an absolute workhorse.
That is caught! Enveloped by Harshman at second, and the side is retired. Good defensive play by the second sacker, and another 0 put on the board for Garcia.
2 runners on base. Really the first real threat we've seen is squashed with a line drive and a good catch over at second base by Kelsey Harshman.
Vintage Y2K.
Yes.
Oh, retro Samsung. Very impressive.
You think so?
At AT&T, it's worth a new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5. Any year, any condition. Even that condition.
I've seen some passionate college football fans.
Sling Blue 40, Sling Blue 40!
But with Sling TV, some are taking their love to the next level. Right on the numbers.
I can still suit up, right, Des?
No.
Yeah!
Let's not. With Sling, you can stream college football on ESPN for the best price. The college football you love, the live TV you love. Hey, can you pass the dip?
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
What topping should we get?
To the decision wheel. Come on, Dilly. Italian sausage. And green pepper.
These neighbors are weird.
Get a large 2-topping thin crust pizza for $8.99. Order online for pickup or delivery.
Pizza, pizza.
Yes.
I don't think I needed to do that. Get off of me, Mom! That was so extra. Oh my God. Bro! Oh my God. Here we go. Okay, when I pitched to her, I got her on curveball, and I got her on changeup, and she looked under to me. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Another game.
Okay. So what do you
How
want
do
to
you
do right now?
What are you thinking? I'll follow whatever.
Let's see her.
Okay, let's see it. Yes! Let's go! Yes!
Two players who are legends in Westwood. UCLA Bruin All-Americans Rachel Garcia, Megan Faraimo, the captains for tonight's game, and they both have walked the walk. Both given up 1 earned run, a combined 10 strikeouts in 8 innings.
Loved the little insight there, and you know, I want to tell Megan she was not too extra on that dive. That was exactly what she needed to do, and she did need to dive to do that, but she was kind of having some fun with herself watching the replay. So we're talking about that play. You don't get to do that ever as a pitcher, and she did it perfectly, executed. And what I love to listen to Megan Faraimo is you can tell that she's leading the charge out there. She was talking to Jordan Roberts, who's a vet who's been in AU since 2020, and she was telling her what she was seeing and looking for some confirmation there. So of course you're going to have that trust as a catcher, but that's a rookie out there saying, this is what I saw, do you agree? That's leading the conversation, and that's impressive.
This is going to be a telling inning for Faraimo. It's the 3rd time through the order, and it's the top of the order. Hayward, Harshman, Mulipola, and if anyone gets on, Edwards, Garcia, and Warren.
The 3, 4, 5, 6 of this lineup scares me.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting up here with you, relaxing with my legs crossed, watching Megan Faraimo go out there and compete. That is a murderer's row of AU's best power hitters.
Oof. Look at the bat skills of Victoria Hayward. She almost just placed that down the left field line. Would have been an easy double. But it goes foul, and we'll do it again.
It's why Victoria Hayward is always the most important batter to face and to get out and try and get out as a pitcher, because she's sitting at the top of the lineup with that power behind her and the speed that she has. She might be the fastest player in this league. I'd like to see her and Morgan Zirkin go down the line at it. That's a huge out there from Faraimo.
Faraimo now with 7 strikeouts. So next in line, Kelsey Harshman. Oh, and 1 to Harshman. Harshman playing collegiately in the Big Ten. Played at Wisconsin, up in Madison. Yvette Healy, her coach. Just a dominant 4 years for Harshman.
Last 2 pitches to me were 50-50. Could have been a strike. A little bit low, a little bit up. Not too far in, though, in my opinion.
Here's the 2-1. 2-2, got the benefit of the doubt.
Really seen a ton of off-speed pitches from Faraimo, but it's because she hasn't needed it. I feel like it's a pitch for her that she's going to hold in her pocket until the offense starts to make some adjustments or she sees some holes and some hitter swings. It's just a luxury that if you have a pitch to save in the last 3 innings, you can absolutely do that. We just haven't seen her go to it.
Just curious, from a pitcher's perspective, Kenzie Fowler, do you see any similarities between Faraimo and Rachel Garcia?
Oh, yeah. They are very similar. I mean, there are different types of emotional pitchers. You're going to see the big fist pump and the emotion there from Megan Faraimo, and Rachel Garcia, she's going to be the poker face. She'll smile every now and then, but you just don't get a lot out of her, and you get a lot out of Megan Faraimo. Like she said it herself, she was a little extra on a couple of plays. That's just kind of how she is personality-wise, but execution-wise and the physical spin that you're going to see come in, it's very similar. It's hard, high, and then low away. And Rachel Garcia today in the game that we've been watching these two go at it has been using a lot of off-speed pitches. We've seen her throw the off-speed curve and the off-speed drop. We just haven't seen that from Megan Faraimo. She does have it, hasn't used it.
Another 3-2 pitch. Swatted, foul, and out of the reach of Aaliyah Andrews. Our star in the stands, still with us, Taylor McQuillan, who was dynamic in game number 1. Hey, Taylor, since we have you with you, I was just asking Kenzie about the two UCLA right-handers, Garcia and Faraimo. Your thoughts on those two?
Gosh, they're so good. This is a great pitcher's duel right now. I think, you get the big high energy out of Meg, which is so great because I feel like I'm just the same, but Rachel's kind of like that stoic personality that's going to go out there, maybe like an occasional fist bump smirk. But they're great, this is a great pitcher's duel right now. I'm having a blast watching it from the backside here.
As a pitcher that does get fired up like you and Megan do, is that something that you need yourself to do, or is that something that just comes out naturally?
I think it's a little bit natural, honestly. For me, I don't need it personally, but I do find that a lot of people enjoy it and they thrive off of me being the high energy person and athlete that I am on the field. So I do it more for my teammates, celebrate the little wins, the pitches, the communication. I think it's just helped me grow as an athlete over probably since my senior year of college. But it's something that I love to do, and now it's just natural because it's part of me.
This is Deja Mullipola batting. And Taylor, I want to keep you with us. When you were dominant through your 5 innings, you were so methodical, you never faced a batter 3 times. Faraimo is now going through the lineup for the 3rd time. This is the 3rd time Mullipola has seen her. Does Faraimo have to do something different, or is it just keep on doing what worked before?
I think it's all about a feel. I think that her and Jordan Roberts are working really well together right now. I think they know what they need to do to be successful. Sometimes you do need that little bit of mix-up, and sometimes maybe just keep pounding what you're doing. If you see something that the hitter's struggling with versus if you see something that, hey, they're starting to adjust a little bit. But going 3 times around a lineup, no matter what lineup you're facing here, is not easy to do, and this ball's about to come right at us.
It did look like it was coming your way. I thought so too.
We got nervous over here a little bit. So I think them just being able to work well together and do what they're doing, it's cool to watch. I think Meg and Joe have a good flow going, but I feel like the catchers here always say that the pitchers that are successful thrive off of being able to call their own game and letting the catchers ride it out in the backside. So I think you see them kind of talking, communicating right now and doing just that. But we're having a blast up here watching it, so it's great to see.
Who do you have with you?
We got some great cool fans. We got some Notre Dame fans over here. And we have Millie over here. It's 4 days away from her 9th birthday on August 8th. So we also want to give a big shout out to the birthday queen herself at AU. So something you guys want to say?
Happy birthday, Deegan!
Big shout out for DJ and her happy birthday. Sorry for you guys. I know that was probably really loud up there. But we're all excited. We're here for the birthday celebrations and wishes. And we're just having a lot of fun talking up here about softball, about the pitcher's duel that's going on, about Notre Dame. And we have a lot of pitchers ourselves up here. So huge shout outs to Peyton Tidd and Michaela Castor from Notre Dame. They're really excited to talk about them. So we've been chatting it up about Notre Dame a bit the last couple innings.
Taylor, thank you so much for your time today. It was great watching you play in the first game. It's fantastic catching up with you here in our 2nd game.
Awesome. Yeah, it's great talking to you guys. I'm excited to see the outcome of this one.
Well, game's hanging in the balance right now. Taylor Edwards batting, runner on at first. There are 2 outs. Faraimo's just gone over 100 pitches. That's foul. Interesting to note about Faraimo, just handed a note. The first 100 pitches that she threw, 28 of them, 28%, were called strikes.
It's pretty good. You want, obviously, that to be 50 or higher in just terms of strikes, but you're not counting foul balls, you're not counting swing and misses. So if half of that is going to be just called strikes, it's setting yourself up for success.
Runner on at first base is Harshman. 2-2 to Edwards. 3-2 to Edwards.
There's the first off speed from Faraimo. Coming in at 2-2 count. This is a pivotal moment in this game. She tries to get Edwards to swing and miss. And you can see right now, Taylor Edwards, I don't see her do this very often. She's really trying to shorten up, put bat on ball here in this at-bat.
Called strike 3. Faraimo with the dart, 68 miles per hour, then freezes Taylor Edwards. That's the 29th called strike for Faraimo.
And it's the 8th strikeout for the rookie. This is the emotion we were talking about. She feels it. This is a battle between these two pitchers, and Megan Faraimo gets the big strikeout.
Welcome back, everyone. Absolutely nothing has been decided. It is a 1-1 tie as we play the bottom of the 5th inning. History is going to be made as Athletes Unlimited going to bring the first ever pro softball games to the Little League Softball World Series in Greenville, North Carolina. You don't want to miss this inspirational event with current stars of our game competing alongside the game's future stars. Tune in August 9th, 4:30 and 7 on ESPN2 to watch the AU Pro Games, or get your tickets today to attend in person. Visit auprosports.com for more information. Now 2 pitchers duels. Our first game, it was a 2-1 win for Team Romero. They scored both of their runs in the 7th inning. They had them on a 1-0 game all the way to the bottom of the 7th before Bubba Nichols hit a walk-off 2-run double. Here in our nightcap, it is a 1-1 tie. A couple of former Bruin greats, Rachel Garcia, Megan Faraimo. All right, we're going to talk this half inning with last year's champion, Deja Mulipola. She's behind the plate right now, catching Rachel Garcia. Deja, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. How y'all doing?
Fantastic. Thank you for taking the time with us.
Of course.
Tell me about Rachel Garcia. What are you seeing from her today?
You know, we're seeing a lot of her spreading the zone. She's mixing speed. It's been a minute since I've gotten the chance to catch her. So we're having a lot of fun, all smiles, good vibes down here with the Gold Team.
Serious question. Are the glasses a new look for you this year?
They are, and they're actually prescription, so they're not for style at all. Actually made for night games specifically.
I think they look good, so style points.
Thank you, I'll take it.
Yeah, they look
and
good.
I don't want to get too personal, but did you wear vision correction last year when you were the MVP and champion?
Contact.
Okay, got it. Okay, I thought that maybe you were doing that with blurry vision because you were incredible last year. No doubt about that.
Yes!
Look, Coach Candrea would be very proud that you're taking care of your vision and making sure that you can see the ball well during the day, during the night. You know how he is?
Really would. He really would.
It's all about the vision.
Yeah, right. Ah! Good.
Where'd that miss? A little bit off?
They said a little bit low.
Okay, a little low.
Come on, buddy. Yes! Yeah, Pike. Good stuff.
How much time does it take for you to get kind of on the same page with the pitcher? You talked about how you haven't had that much time with Rachel. How long does that take?
You know, I try to be as flexible as I can be so that it doesn't take too long, especially when you're thrown into games in the middle of innings, you know, with her having Taylor Edwards catch her for the majority of the time. Yeah! In my box. I just try to be as flexible as I can and just figure out what makes Rachel successful and stick to that. Good job, buddy.
Deja, I didn't know where you started the game. I know that beginning of the game was Taylor Edwards trying to play. Were you catching bullpens or were you just in the dugout to begin the game?
I was just in the dugout. I was the DP.
Okay. And Deja, was it scripted that you would come in mid-game and replace Edwards?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What did you know before the game that you were going to come out of the DP spot and replace Edwards defensively at some point?
I did. I knew in the 4th inning that it was going to be my turn. Time. I was with the rise outside, sorry. You were like shaking and I was like, oh, which one was it? I got it, yeah. It's also easy to get on the same page when your pitcher's pretty flexible too.
Yeah, she seems pretty easygoing for the most part.
Off the field as well.
Yeah.
I see ya, good space.
Deja, talk to us about going into this season. Of course, we all know that you're the reigning champ, and is there a little pressure on yourself, maybe self-inflicted, or do you feel any of that coming into the next season?
I would say just a little bit. I can't lie about it, but I think I've struggled a little bit, and so I'm trying to recenter myself. This game is a game of failure. I'm trying to find the fun in it that made me so successful without having to push for trying to win, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, good! So I can't lie and say that I didn't feel pressure, but at the end of the day, you still got to play softball and come out and, be a good teammate as well.
Well, you're on a good team this week.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited.
I have another very serious question. Because of all these pitchers that bring the velocity, like Megan and Rachel that we're watching, I always wonder, as a catcher, do you guys have to take care of your catching hand with how hard these women throw?
I do have a pretty swollen left finger, like my index finger. But I form my pockets in a way to where I slide my 2 fingers over and they don't get so beat up. Yes! Yes!
That's a great play.
2 down here in the bottom of our 5th inning. Aaliyah Andrews, it's always hard to get her on a foot race down to first base, but there's now 2 outs and the base is clear.
All right, I got a would you rather question for you. Would you rather throw someone out or hit a home run?
Ooh, I am a defensive gal. I love defense, so I would have to say I'd love to throw somebody out first.
Honestly, that's what I would have guessed.
There's no points for that, though, in Athletes Unlimited. It's 40 points if you hit home run.
It's pride points, okay? Pride points. Feel good points.
With the speed in this league, it'd be an honor to throw somebody.
Hey, Deja, we should pass along. You got credit for a stolen base back in the 3rd inning.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a plus 10 for you.
Let's go.
And even before you stole the base, Kenzie was talking about how fast you are.
Coach never let me steal, so.
Which I have some grief about. I wanted you to run so much more in college than you did. I think he was a little bit protective, let's be real. He was like, that's my catcher. Want to make sure I keep her healthy, but yeah,
100%.
you're fast.
100%. And I used to joke around with him and say, we're good. Coach, I can steal. Give me the green light.
Yeah.
Give me the green light. And he just laughed and say no.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of like Papa Bear. No, she's not gonna get hurt. I don't want her sliding in and messing with an ankle or anything. But you for sure have steal speed.
Thank you, Kenzie. Stay with it. Stay with it. Ow, ow. Good job.
Deja, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, guys. It's always fun chatting with you. Let me know.
We're just going to listen in for the rest of the inning.
You're going to drop out. Okay. With you. Yep. Have some fun with it. Got 2.
I love that. Have some fun with it.
Yeah, D.
That means just kind of throw it a little bit more low in the zone. Have some freedom with your spin. Don't be afraid to miss. And sometimes as a pitcher, you need to hear that. We get very locked down, and sometimes we can get very tight. And so when you hear a catcher say, have some fun with it, to me, I just automatically take a breath. And that's what you need.
Ah.
Here's that battle we were talking about in the first inning. Haley McClenny, Rachel Garcia, and now you've got Deja calling the pitches. This is a world-class battery and at-bat right
here. You heard Haley McClenny disagree with the call, but it's strike 3.
That's fun right there. That's fun right there. Good job.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket. Like one of our favorite customers, Michelle.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great. If I had to describe Cricket in 2 words, they would be reliable and affordable.
5G Boss Mode activate. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Fly to Paris, see the tower. Smaller than you expected. Wait in line, see the Mona Lisa. Smaller than you expected. Check in, see your room. Bigger than you expected. Join One Key, where gold and platinum members get travel perks like room upgrades.
2 Whopper Juniors for just $5. 6 options, so much to offer. Barbecue, bacon, cheese to name a few. Only $5 and you get to pick 2. BK, have it your way.
You like being in other people's business.
You make it very challenging not to be.
Are you warning me?
I'm preparing.
All the mafia will come to destroy you.
I'll be waiting for you.
The Equalizer 3, only in theaters September 1st.
It's a great lot. And the previous owner was really into DIY.
Ah. Is that a chinchilla?
Yes. Stair slide. A Murphy tub.
Finding a perfect home is hard. Thankfully, Geico makes it easy to bundle and save.
It's hard being a captain, but I feel like I learned a lot about myself as not just like an athlete, but also just learning the game more.
It's an honor to wear the C on my chest. It's something that obviously we all work hard for and that we got to that point. Having the team's input a lot of the time, I think, is also what makes a captain.
Well, so far so good for Rachel Garcia. She has put together a really good club, and her team has 3 of the 4 hits we've seen so far today. Megan Faraimo's team just 1 hit, but it resulted in a run. That was Sam Fisher's home run in the 3rd inning. That was the last hit given up by Rachel Garcia. It'll be Garcia, Jessie Warren, Jasmine Jackson batting against Faraimo. Starting to get a bit late here. It's the 6th inning, 1-1 tie. Called strike 1 to Garcia. Walked in the 1st inning, +8. Flied out to center field in the 3rd. Foul ball. Would have been extra bases, no doubt about it.
Oh, she can't believe it. Exit velocity on that, 77 miles an hour. It's a laser.
Garcia, week 1. 4 for 8 with 4 extra base hits. 2 doubles, 2 homers. Dangerous part of the game for Faraimo. She's already thrown 108 pitches. Here's your updated leaderboard. Faraimo skyrocketing. She's now in the 7th hole after beginning the game way down because of the big performances for Team Romero's team. 1 down. Garcia pops out to flip it. Throughout championship season softball, you can play in the all-new Fantasy Pick'em League for free. Compete for a chance to win a UC Gold membership and an exclusive player autograph bat from Mariucci. Sign up today, auprosports.com/fantasy. Mariucci bat, what? Here's Jessie Warren. Warren drove in the only run for Team Garcia back in the 1st inning. All 3 hits for Team Garcia came in the 1st inning. Hayward led off the ball game with a single. Harshman then doubled her over to third. After a couple of outs and a walk, Jesse Warren a 2-out infield single. And that's the only run allowed by Faraimo.
Once these pitchers get locked in the way they do, and with how elite these arms that we've seen, like Taylor McQuillan earlier, you can just tell once they start to get in their groove, scoring is going to be very minimal. So sometimes the best opportunity is that first inning.
Off the thumbs, Harshman, no chance. That's Aubrey Leach, no chance. And Jesse Warren has 2 base hits that have not made it to the green grass yet. One of the best hitters in the world today has 2 bleeders for base hits. She's a +10 because of it.
And the one in the first was the RBI. It was just like that, but on the left side. So strange.
Yeah, and the only time she's been made an out is that little funky thing that Faraimo dove for. So 3 cue shots for Jesse Warren. She's got 2 base hits. 1-out base runner for Team Garcia. That's the first base hit in 17 batters for Faraimo. That sounded funny. Did that hit the bat?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It did have a little bit more of like a muffled catch to it. I think just where it hit the pocket of the glove for Jordan Roberts wasn't a clean catch.
Little bunt. Plays it first. Not in time.
So good.
Fisher played it well, but you can't deal with that type of speed.
That is as good as you can do it right there.
Back-to-back singles that have not left the infield for Team Garcia.
There's nothing you can do as a defense for this bunt. It is just right in the middle of the infield, perfectly between Sam Fisher, Megan Faraimo, Jordan Roberts. It's just who's going to get it. Tori Vidalis and Jazz Jackson runs so well down the line. Soft hands. Close play, but man, that is a sacrifice bunt. That's a drag bunt. All in the same, all in one.
Well, getting her first at bat of the game here in a pivotal part of our contest is the veteran Lily Piper. Jesse Warren's on at second. Jasmine Jackson's on at first. And Piper will come to the plate against Faraimo. Former Ohio State All-American Lily Piper from Northeast Ohio. Called strike one. Faraimo still got that good velocity. We have seen minimal activity in either bullpen, either in our first game or our second game.
Does that surprise you?
Well, 118 pitches into the game for Faraimo.
Yeah, but we're talking about the Megan Faraimo and the Rachel Garcia. Like, this is the pitcher's duel I've been waiting for all week. We're getting it day one. So I don't want to see anyone else in this moment right now other than Faraimo and Garcia. Let's take it all the way to the wire. And that's no shade to any other pitcher that's on these teams. It's just, this is the UCLA game. This is the teammates back up against each other.
Faraimo's going to go to the lead runner, and Warren's out at third. 1-5 on the putout, 2 down.
Faraimo has played some good defense. She's had her own back in this game defensively. Doesn't have to jump for this. I think if you asked her, she would say she was a little extra on that. Jumping for a ball when you're already 6'2", but just making sure that you see it down and secure it in front of you. But the presence of mind to get the lead out is huge as a pitcher. It's a very underrated thing. You want to make sure your infielders behind you are constantly in your ear about where the runners are, but it's almost one of those things where you have to compartmentalize and almost forget that for a second because you're so laser focused on the task at hand and executing your pitch. You've got Lily Piper in the box. You know the power that she has.
Sis Bates was lifted last time up for DJ Sanders. Back in the ball game, and she's going to have to battle. Down in the count, 0-2. "122nd pitch for Faraimo. Spoiled.
Faraimo just really working the outside part of the plate here for Sis Bates. Situationally, too, it makes sense. You have a couple of different options. Jazz Jackson, you get the force out at third. Let Sam Fisher and Hannah Flippen take care of it defensively.
Skied, left field. Andrews, side retired. Back-to-back singles by Warren and Jackson do no damage to Faraimo. We're still tied at 1.
Representation when I was young. I looked up to baseball players like Jeter. I want to be just like Jeter. I think it's so wonderful that there's women in sport now and they can aspire to be just like us.
What a play, Sis Bates!
You give little girls a hope and a dream that, hey, maybe that can be me.
Called strike 3.
Everybody wanna go and talk it. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again.
Well, this is the matchup that I wanted, and this is the matchup that we are getting with Megan Faraimo and Rachel Garcia just going back and forth. Megan Faraimo has 8 strikeouts. She's got the fist pumps, and Rachel Garcia, she has 6 strikeouts of her own, only has given up 1 hit, and that was the home run to Sam Fisher. Other than that, it has been pretty flawless for one of the greats in our game, doing what she does. And you talked about the bullpen activity has been quiet. I expect it to continue to be quiet because of what they've been able to do. This is the pitcher's duel, the Bruin matchup. These were teammates on the 2019 National Championship UCLA team. And so anytime they can compete against each other, it's just a blessing for us to be able to watch. It's two of the best doing what they do.
Well, the way we keep score here, the 2 top point getters, Faraimo and Garcia. Faraimo with 82 points and counting. Garcia 68 points and counting. In the 3 spot would be Sam Fisher, who's got 60 points, courtesy of her home run back in the 3rd inning. That home run gave her 40 points for the homer, but it also applied rollover innings. It was a 2-inning win at that point for Team Faraimo. On the ground, Sis Bates. Throw is high, but Piper climbs the ladder and makes the tag. Sis Bates going to give a big thank you to Lily Piper, out number 1.
Lily Piper comes in as a defensive replacement a lot because she has a great glove. Usually we'll see her at 3rd base, but she's playing a lot of 1st base here in AU. This is a little of those basketball hops, just going up to get a rebound, coming down, making the tag.
Lily Piper, one of 2 AU players to play collegiate basketball. Lily Piper and Nadia Taylor both play Division I basketball as well as Division I softball. Pretty cool. Ha! TV Tori Vidalis. Dangerous. Garcia popping that mitt. 71 big ones. This inning is worth 30 points. Not going to be easy. But if Team Faraimo can get a scratch here in this 6th inning against Rachel Garcia, plus 30 for everyone on their roster, and they'd be an inning away, 3 outs from winning the whole ball game. Hard, backhanded beautifully. Jessie Warren again. She's phenomenal.
Do you think she's impressed? What does it take to impress Jessie Warren? That's my question. I mean, we're always impressed. Look at this play. Down to her knees, and it's the arm strength for me.
To me, it's the balance. Her feet are always where they need to be so she can make a perfect throw.
She's falling away from her throw, and that ball is as hard a throw as you're going to see from that distance behind her third base. Goes down to the knee.
You could hang a month's worth of laundry on that clothesline across the diamond.
Like, I want to mic her up right now and say, was that an impressive play for you? I just want to know, like, what are her standards, right?
She's got Steph Curry standards. That's why she wears number 30.
Exactly. So Steph Curry makes all these plays, and everyone's like, oh my gosh. She's like, yeah, okay. What's so special? That's what I do. It's Jessie Warren at third base. And
we were talking before the game. Great third baseman defensively over the years. I mentioned Kelly Montalvo. You said Andrea Duran.
Yeah.
Those two are unbelievable what they did, but you have a hard time convincing me that they're better than Jessie Warren right now.
She's probably number 1 for me, and obviously has the luxury of being the most recent, so you go through all of the greats in our sport that play third base, but my goodness, she's so good. Also, she wears number 30, and Steph Curry also wears number 30. So
she wears 30 for Steph.
Just doing something
That's why she's doing it, yeah.
That nobody else can do.
We got to get them connected somehow. How can we make that happen?
Yeah, absolutely. She does things that nobody else can do, and same with Steph Curry.
So here in this 6th inning, Rachel Garcia giving a couple atta girls. Lily Piper made a nice play at first on a high throw from Sis Bates. And then Jessie Warren, like a vacuum cleaner, down the third base line on a sharp smash off the bat of Tori Vidalis. Looking at my box score right here, Jessie Warren has robbed Vidalis twice. In the first inning, she made a sensational play that had me put a star next to it.
Right. You would be correct.
I think that Tori Vidalis is a smart enough player to try someone else. All right, Bianca Stelli draws a walk. We're just getting started. We have 2 more games tomorrow. We're going to get it underway at 2:30 Eastern, 1:30 Central. ESPN Plus, Team Faraimo going to take on Team Romero. And then our second game at 5 Eastern, 4 Central, Team Zirkle and Team Garcia. Really interesting, well-coordinated teams across the board. Team Zirkle, very young, a whole bunch of rookies. They get the 2 assistant coaches and the head coach for Marshall.
Yeah, I'm calling Morgan Zirkle the boss. We're just going to nickname her the boss.
Now, everyone on the infield is going to have a word. And I don't think this has anything to do with Bianca Stelli because she's a decent runner, but she's not a game breaker. But it's Leach in the batter's box who causes so many questions because of all the different things that she can do.
And there's so much that goes into the pitch calling between Mulipola and Garcia and where the defense needs to be positioned. So if they're going to be throwing Leach outside, does Sis Bates and Jessie Warren need to shade a couple more steps to their right, meaning Kelsey Harshman gets to cover second base? Or are they going to maybe try and jam her, bring Harshman in, have Sis cover the throw over to second base? So there's just constant communication about what the sequence is going to be and how the defense is going to react.
Oh, they're going to intentionally walk Leach.
Whoa.
Whoa! So you're going to intentionally walk Leach to put Bianca Stelli into scoring position. That's gutsy. And a ton of respect for Leach.
I'm speechless. Wow. Okay. That's a move. And you can see Leach kind of smirking over at first base, but that is a move.
So it's a free 8 points for Leach, the intentional walk plus 8. That is a big-time tip of the cap to the player that Leach has become.
Could be a matchup, lefty-righty matchup. Garcia maybe trying to go inside for Jordan Roberts, have the opportunity to have a lead out with Bianca Stelli at second and Jesse Warren in sixth base are two of the best, if not the best defenders over on the left side. So much going into that timeout, and they come out of it. Intentionally walk Leach. Here we are. This is a situation for Team Faraimo. They've got to capitalize.
All right, I'm just going to throw something into the universe. Jordan Roberts, we've seen for 4 years, an extreme fly ball hitter. There's a ton of wind here tonight. Just a possibility. 3-1 to Roberts. All right, if Garcia misses one more time, it'll load the bases. As we see the wind. That wind doesn't make a difference, Jordan Roberts. She gets a hold of it, it's gone. But if she pops it in the air, the ball could dance around a little bit. It's not going to be easy. She'll have to stay in the batter's box for another one. 3-2.
Were you on the call when she had the big home run?
Yes.
Do you think that's the furthest home run we've seen in AU? Yeah, I agree.
That was her rookie year back in 2020.
Yeah, that one's still going.
Ball 4. 3 consecutive walks, and the bases are loaded.
Huh. A little stumped, Eric. Not gonna lie.
This is all happening with 2 outs. You got Bianca Stelli on at third. You got Leach follows her at second. And you got Jordan Roberts at first. Here's Andrea Filler. That's the strike that Garcia needed. Trying to get back on the beam. Filler, humpback liner to short, humpback liner to second. Trying to straighten one out. Whoop. 0-2. Pressure's on the defense right now. If Filler just puts it in play, you can't slip on a banana peel. You got to make that play or else you're down.
Waste pitch there from Garcia, going hard inside for 3 straight pitches, and then just a little bit of a waste pitch, probably going to go back in hard, high and in.
One-run scores. Leach, she scores. It's a 2-run single for Filler. And the strategy backfires for Team Garcia. It's an inning win and now a 3-1 lead for Team Faraimo.
This is a pitch that's 1-2 over the heart of the plate with the bases loaded. What a wild inning. 3 walks, 1 intentional. And Eric, I don't know if I've ever seen Rachel Garcia this emotional after that hit. She was not happy about something. I'm not a great lip reader, but I think she says you missed 2 pitches.
Garcia had gone 18 batters without giving up a base hit. The last hit allowed was the homer by Fisher leading off the 3rd inning. But then with 2 outs, 2 walks, and the single, and everything is different now.
Even if some pitches are called here and there, that pitch was a 1-2 pitch that needed to be a rise ball up at the hands. That is her bread and butter pitch. She needed to throw that in that moment. And I still love to see the feistiness come out of her. This means a lot. This is a big game. This is the AUX champ. She was not happy with a couple of calls. It's just emotion. We see it out of Megan Faraimo with the fist pumps and the passion. We don't see it very often with Garcia.
And remember, Garcia's the captain. So
Right.
she is making every single decision.
Which is why I was kind of stumped out as to why she chose to intentionally walk Aubrey Leach. It's kind of interesting here.
And maybe the problem wasn't walking Aubrey Leach. It was walking Jordan Roberts right after that to load the bases. And then she had to face Filler, who didn't have a hit against Garcia, but she at least put the ball in play twice and was getting her third look at Garcia. 3 balls and a strike. Do have a pinch runner on at second base, Nicole Mendez. That is off the front foot of Fisher, and that cannot feel good.
Those don't go away either. I still have a couple of my ankles that those little hard spots. They don't go away. So that's really fun for Sam Fisher.
Oh, that was actually off the shin,
that was off
too.
of the, oh, that's way worse.
Oh, yeah.
That is way worse. I thought it went off of her ankle.
All right, Kenzie Fowler, because these are pros out here, if you're a pitcher and you just did that and you forced Sam Fisher into that ball off her leg, what's the next pitch you throw?
What do you think? I'm going to the exact same pitch.
Off the thumb, sinking, and it's fair! Another run scores. How about Sam Fisher? After drilling herself on the shin, picks herself up, dusts herself off, and gets an RBI single. All of a sudden, she's in line for some MVP points.
Absolutely a gutsy at-bat here. Yes, she had the home run earlier, but this one just grinded out this at-bat. Ball lands in front of Jazz Jackson. Another run scores. You gotta celebrate, and then she's feeling the pain a little bit, and it looks like Rachel Garcia is going to take herself out.
So Rachel Garcia is coming back to the pack right now. Kept herself in a little bit too long, and all the runs scored had been earned. Back in a moment.
I've seen some passionate college football fans.
Sling Blue 40, Sling Blue 40!
But with Sling TV, some are taking their love to the next level. Right on the numbers.
I can still suit up, right, Des?
No. Let's not. With Sling, you can stream college football on ESPN for the best price. The college football you love, the live TV you love. Hey, can you pass the dip?
Fly to Paris. See the tower. Smaller than you expected. Wait in line. See the Mona Lisa. Smaller than you expected. Check in. See your room. Bigger than you expected. Join One Key, where Gold and Platinum members get travel perks like room upgrades.
The non-breaded Popeyes blackened chicken sandwich is back, marinated in bold Louisiana spices. Without the breading, this juicy filet is served classic or spicy on a toasted brioche bun. Try it for just $4.99. No breading, all flavor.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Hot nuts, popcorn, bundling
nuts and popcorn and savings. Just like bundling your home and car with Geico.
Whoa! Hey, I know you.
Yeah, hi.
Not you. The guy who helped me bundle my home and car. He's great.
Probably thought you were somebody else.
Geico. Pano AI chooses T-Mobile for Business for 5G solutions because T-Mobile helps Pano AI innovate so they can stop the spread of wildfires. Now's the time to see what America's largest 5G network can do for your business.
Well, this is now a 4-1 lead for Team Faraimo. 3 runs have scored here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's already an inning win for Team Faraimo, plus 30 across the board for everyone on their side. Rachel Garcia no longer pitching, still in the game. She'll be the first baseman. And the new pitcher, Sydney Littlejohn Watkins.
And this inning started with 2 outs. And then the 3 consecutive walks, and Rachel Garcia had only given up 1 hit, and that was the Sam Fisher home run in the 3rd inning. And then the back-to-back singles prompted pitching change, and probably a good one. You can kind of tell a little bit of frustration there for Garcia, needs to remove herself. You have a solid bullpen. Why not utilize it? Sydney Littlejohn-Watkins, one of the best curveballs that you're going to see in our sport, if not the best curveball.
But she's going to have to throw to a bunch of left-handed hitters here. How does that sweeping curveball work to Aaliyah Andrews? And if she gets on, Haley McClenny.
Lefty or righty, I can just tell you for Sydney, it doesn't matter. She'll throw a backdoor curve. She'll throw 5 in a row if she needs to. Back-to-back right there. Has total confidence in both sides of the plate.
Yeah, so far, so good. 2 pitches, 2 strikes. Walks to Biancastelli. Leach, that was intentional. Roberts. And then the base hit by Filler. And an add-on base hit by Fisher. Great job by Littlejohn-Watkins. Out of the pen, 1-2-3 strikeout of Andrews. But major damage done. Team Faraimo 3 outs away from a win.
I've seen some passionate college football fans.
Sling Blue 40, Sling Blue 40!
But with Sling TV, some are taking their love to the next level. Right on the numbers.
I can still suit up, right, Des?
No.
Yeah!
Let's not. With Sling, you can stream college football on ESPN for the best price. The college football you love, the live TV you love. Hey, can you pass the dip?
Popeye's Big Box is back. Does it make sense that 2 pieces of their signature chicken, 2 regular sides, and a biscuit is just $6.99? Why don't you let your mouth answer that question? We don't make sense. We make chicken.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Has this happened to you? You get roped in with phone offers that bind you to a 3-year device contract. Break free with T-Mobile, introducing Go 5G Plus, the first plan that always gives new and existing customers the same great device deals, and you're upgrade ready in 2 years versus 3. Right now, bring T-Mobile your phone and get the amazing iPhone 14 on us. Trapped. Free.
Get the amazing iPhone 14 on us.
Trapped. Free.
Can I have some Lays? What you watching?
The FIFA Women's World Cup. Can I show you? Imagine this is Mia Hamm.
Whoa. What the?
Mia takes the ball downfield and passes it to the Doritos Abby Wambach. She shoots! She scores!
Athletes Unlimited Softball on ESPN is sponsored by Nike and by Aspiration, a global leader in financing climate impact. We have made it to inning number 7. Vintage Athletes Unlimited Softball. Game 1, a 2-1 win for Team Romero. Another close affair here in our nightcap. It's 4-1. Team Faraimo just put 3 on the board against Rachel Garcia, and now they're trying to protect a 4-1 lead. Megan Faraimo has done her part. The captain inserting herself into the circle for 7 innings, and she has moved up to 3rd on the leaderboard. Trying to get a win. If she gets this win, it's going to be a plus 50. That would get her up to, what, 514? And that's before we even factor in MVP points. So this has been a very, very productive night for the rookie from UCLA.
She had 1 3-up, 3-down inning, and the rest there's been a couple of runners in scoring position, and she has just buckled down and gotten a big strikeout or a weak ground ball or a pop-up, you name it. Just a clutch pitch when she's needed it.
Softly, Faraimo, ooh, little chicken wing, but it's enough to get the out. Hayward is retired.
Well, this hit was the difference in this game tonight. It came with the bases loaded. Filler clutching up. Soft liner, scoring 2. Big fist pumps off of Rachel Garcia, who had been dominant and cruising, only giving up 1 hit going into that inning, gave up 2 back-to-back singles.
For every run scored during this year's Athletes Unlimited softball season, Aspiration committed to planting 10 trees. We're now up to 380 trees. thanks to Aspiration Support. Team Garcia running out of time. This is Harshman. Called strike. 1-1 to Harshman. Well, Faraimo has thrown 128 pitches. He's going to have to throw at least 2 more to get this one over with. That's a lot of pitches, 130. This is the first game of 3 she'll play this weekend. How big of a deal is pitch count when you got games back to back to back? Would she ever be able to give you more than 3 innings in another game this weekend?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just, probably not going to start herself tomorrow is my guess. She is the captain, so she has the luxury of writing the lineup, but has a rookie bullpen. She's also got Kat Sandercock. She looked really solid last weekend, so my guess would probably see her, as well as maybe you'll see Megan in relief. If there's a close game, bring yourself in the 6th or 7th inning, try and close the door. But she's in such good shape. I mean, these rookies fresh out of college, yes, I'm sure their bodies are incredibly tired because they've been grinding hard since January. But she's in great shape.
She has struck out 8, and this is the 4th time through the lineup. I'm being told 9 strikeouts. Yeah, 9 punch-outs for Faraimo. A dominant performance. The only run she allowed came way back in the 1st inning.
It feels like a shutout. It's got that type of performance to it. Of course, you see the 1 run like you're talking about, but it just as a pitcher myself, it feels like a shutout. And that feels good as a pitcher. Also, a complete game in this league.
Rare.
Very.
Well, Faraimo is on the doorstep of history here. She's got 9 strikeouts. There's only been 1 pitcher in the history of the league to ever get 10 strikeouts in a game, and she did it 5 times. I'll give you 1 guess.
Let me think about that one.
Kat Osterman. Yeah, when you only play 7 innings, that's 21 outs. You get 10 strikeouts against the best hitters in the world. That's crazy stuff. There's the great left-hander. Got this league started 2020 by winning it. Kat Osterman. Laced into right field. What a play! Erica Piancastelli ends it with an exclamation point. A complete game victory for the first-time captain, Megan Faraimo. Your final score, 4-1. They win on a Friday night.
First-time captain, complete game, and she's a rookie. Let that set in. This was a epic game. A showdown between Rachel Garcia, Megan Faraimo. 9 strikeouts, scattered 5 hits. That was key to me. She never let the innings get big. Whether Garcia's team would get on base, she would shut the door, had command of all of her pitches, and the emotion and the fire.
And the best thing about Athletes Unlimited Softball, we're going to do it again tomorrow. Megan Faraimo may be brushing her teeth with her left hand tonight, but she doesn't care. She throws 135 pitches, but she strikes out 9 and gives up 1 measly run. It happened back in the 1st inning. This is what we've got tomorrow. Team Faraimo, they've got the quick turnaround. They'll play the first game against Team Romero. Both winners today. That is a 2:30 Eastern Time, 1:30 Central Time start. You can find it on ESPN Plus. Our second game, Team Zirkle, Team Garcia. That'll follow our first one. Man, sure hope you enjoyed it. Our first time with Kenzie Fowler is great, wasn't it?
That was great. I'll come back.
You'll come back tomorrow?
Okay, yeah.
All right, for Kenzie Fowler. For Savannah Collins, I'm the other Collins. Eric Collins saying goodbye from Rosemont.
To build the Honda CR-V Hybrid, we took everything you love about the CR-V and kicked it up a notch with excellent fuel efficiency and greater power. For a CR-V unlike any before, adventure confidently with the most fuel-efficient full-line automaker over the last 5 years. The CR-V and CR-V Hybrid, part of the Honda line of rugged vehicles.
Has this happened to you? You get roped in with phone offers that bind you to a 3-year device contract. Break free with T-Mobile, introducing Go 5G Plus, the first plan that always gives new and existing customers the same great device deals, and you're upgrade ready in 2 years versus 3. Right now, bring T-Mobile your phone and get the amazing iPhone 14 on us. Trapped? free.
Get the amazing iPhone 14 on us.
Trap free.
Popeye's Big Box is back. Getting all this for $6.99 doesn't make sense, but adding a fancy strawberry biscuit sure does.
Am I just a basic biscuit?
Live a little.
We don't make sense. We make chicken.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
I've seen some passionate college football fans.
Sling Blue 40, Sling Blue 40!
But with Sling TV, some are taking their love to the next level. Right on the numbers.
I can still suit up, right, Des?
No.
Yeah!
Let's not. With Sling, you can stream college football on ESPN for the best price. The college football you love, the live TV you love. Hey, can you pass the dip?
We're reinventing our network.
For total confidence and complete control.
Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service.